Hi, I'm Chuck, and this is Toilet Talks. And I have to admit, I'm still on it about the Republican Party. I guess because I'm so disappointed in what they have become. I grew up in a Republican family with Republican neighbors and friends and just basically a Republican environment. I was a registered Republican for most of my life. No longer. If you watched one of my other videos, you've got some of the reasons why. But here's more reasons. So the Republican Party that I grew up in had ethics and morals and higher standards. And yes, a lot of the Republican Party seemed to be steeped, at least in the Southeast where I grew up for sure, seemed to be steeped in Christianity. But those people actually followed the teachings of Christ, or at least did their best to do so. They went by love thy neighbor. And, well, I'm not going to go down that road, but you know what I mean. If a man hit a woman and another man saw it, he would be immediately on the scene beating that guy's ass. And if there were multiple men that saw it, it'd be multiple men on him beating him down. If a man, even yelled at a woman in public, there would be some serious consequences going on. There'd be some serious eyes going, what's going on over here, right? And certainly if a man raped or sexually assaulted a woman, my gosh, back in our day, we'd hang you by your nuts and beat you till you're dead. And all of these we felt were justified and just punishments for beating on the weaker physically, certainly not mentally. They seem to be superior to men mentally, but what was perceived as the physically weaker of the two sexes, right? Aside from the fact that women bear our children, they are our future. And today, it's like the President of the United States just basically said that domestic violence is not a crime. Are you serious? So as long as you beat your wife at home, you're okay. What the fuck? I'm serious. I mean, really. And nowadays, it's like Pete Hegseth's pastor and high-level pastors are saying things like talking about taking away women's right to vote and how they should be submissive to men. What are we living in the 1700s again? What? Seriously, I don't get it. I do not get it. And as far as following Christ's teaching, they're talking about empathy is a sin now. Come on, give me a break. You guys need to read the Bible. This is absurd. This is not the Republican Party.